those rescue multi-banks and charlatans who were insulting people. Oh, yes, these apologists, those rescue surrogates. These apologists, those rescue surrogates. Those misquants, small rescue puppets. These apologists, those rescue surrogates. Small rescue puppets. These apologists, those rescue surrogates. These apologists, those rescue surrogates. These apologists, those rescue surrogates. Those misquants, those rescue multi-banks and charlatans who, those rescue multi-banks and charlatans who were insulting people. Oh, yes, some of them they are in economic destitution, paralysis, and enigma. Economic destitution, paralysis, economic destitution, paralysis, and enigma. Economic destitution, paralysis, and enigma. Economic destitution, paralysis, and enigma. Even the rescue, small rescue puppets, these apologists, those rescue surrogates, those misquants, those rescue multi-banks and charlatans who were insulting people. Oh, yes, some of them they are in economic destitution, paralysis, and enigma.
Another day, another moment, quite a wet, bedraggled day right here on the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. It is a wet day.
And if you can't take road, brother, don't you know? So if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones. And if you can't take roses, then don't throw.
And we are here at 5 p.m. We have folks from All Fat University of Liberia Faculty Association. We couldn't have them yesterday. We'll have them to the 4 o'clock as far as Tower. Before that, we will talk the things that matter. I have some bits and pieces of things to say. I think I have something to say. Yeah, I told you yesterday I have spoken with somebody very high up. We were able to achieve that. So we will tell you how all this price drop stuff unfolded. We'll talk about other things that matter. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. Share the video, invite others to join in. Monty Bank. Monty Bank and Charlatan. We will go back to that. It is a Thursday. Thursday is like my Friday, so Rwanda has just launched Africa's first self-flying electric air taxi. Did you hear that? And the live demonstration at the Aviation Africa 2025 Summit in Kigali marks the continent's first public flight of its kind, developed in partnership with China Road and Bridge Corporation and operated by EHang. The technology aims to reduce urban traffic and promote sustainable transport. Rwanda continues to position itself as a hub for cutting-edge mobility solutions focused on connecting communities and attracting global investment. A major Qatari company, Al Mansour Holding, is set to inject $21 billion into the Democratic Republic of Congo, focusing on infrastructure, energy, and agriculture. The move comes as Qatar also mediates peace efforts in the conflict-hit eastern region of the country. Group founder and royal family member Sheikh Mansour bin Jabal Al Thani visited Kinshasa this week, presenting a letter of intent to invest in the country. Qatar has already pledged $70 billion across Southern Africa. And at least 32 people have died in Nigeria's northern Niger State, after a boat sank in a river, an official has told the BBC. The boat was reportedly overloaded, carrying about 100 passengers, including women and children, capsized when it struck a submerged tree stump on the river Niger in the Bogu area on Tuesday morning. They were on their way to a nearby village to pay their respects to the family of someone who had recently died. And then they also met their tragic end. Our condolences. Let's take a very quick break with some of our sponsors. When we come back, we rumble. We'll bring you the two interesting clips. Multi-bank.
Things are on me, oh. With an emergency, how do I manage again?
Portano, why are you sitting here just talking by yourself?
Julie, I need money quick, oh. I won't go find somebody to credit me, then I will pay them as soon as I get paid with the more in.
EcoBank can credit you, oh. But the only thing you have to pay in 1 month, and the good thing, the interest are just 3%.
For you?
Yeah, just go to any EcoBank branch and you ask for the form to enroll you on their salary advance platform. When they give you the form, you fill it up and you make sure your HR sign it. Then you take that form back to the bank. After you carry it to the bank, they will send you a message to let you know that you're already on the platform. Then you can use the *326# and request for 50% of your salary. Instantly, you will receive it.
Wow, just like that? Break added to more money, Judy. I'm going to the bank to pick up the phone quick.
Yo, go get the form quick. In less than 1 week, you will receive the money. And what I like about it, and they can't even ask you for collateral set.
I'm going there right now, no wasting time, oh.
I'm not saying you must not go there right now. You must make sure you pay the bank money back. Oh.
Hey, Judy, that you talking so, I will pay back quick so I can credit again. EcoBank not easy, oh. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Yeah. What? Thank God for my life, man. I mean, here relaxing in my own house. God, thank you, Papa.
Hey, Yakpawulo. It's new horse business. People came in here. Yeah. But well, Yakpawulo, I want to ask you, yeah? I hope you not pay your real property tax the way you just pressing the horse whole day. I hope you not pay, oh.
Real property waiting. Bali, your friend here, man. You get away. Let me enjoy my labor and my sweat. You know how I'm putting the horse here? Look at you. What did my horse get to do with real property tax? Or I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, Yakpawulo. But you don't know that our country law, the Liberia Revenue Code say anybody who get horse, empty land or farm land, you must pay tax on them to the Liberia Revenue Authority. The only people can say LRA. That tax, that's what the LRA people call the real property tax. And you're supposed to pay it.
Oh, well, my own personal property. Now, I say somebody, they want to pay my labor, my sweat. You know how much I spend on the horse? $10,000 US. I get all my receipt there, one by one.
So you let me know people that 10,000. Then for the whole year, you know that only 25 US dollar or the equivalent in Liberian dollar, like if you will pay to the LRA as your real property tax, depending on the rate, like if you will pay as your real property tax to the LRA.
Oh, don't tell me that, man.
I'm telling you.
Just 25, huh? The money I go to my labor, Papa.
$25.
But that money not plenty money, man.
You see? And the good thing is, you can pay it between January 1 to June 30 every year. So that whole 6 months you get to pay that $25 on your property. What you say you spend $10,000 for $25 for that whole time.
But then I go into LRA now to go start my process. What? That's more than money. I think it's I can be paid so gonna 500, but $25. Ah man.
$25 you imagine every year. Man say I just pay my real property tax on my shop in town. My house when I get into Azon. And I also pay on that man land what I told you say I bought in Bon County that time. I pay also on it.
The thing can be happening, man. Woman or Mahawane all leading me in the tax payment penny. Real property tax. I'm on my way now to LRA Real Estate Tax Division to go pay my real property tax. Yeah, I want noise. More taxes, more development.
Pay tax. We all enjoy.
And welcome. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. My name is Julius J. Welcome to indisputably the biggest thing on radio anywhere in Liberia at this time. Before we go, let's smile a bit. Let's enjoy some good English, some very huge words. Let's listen to the prolixity of Alvin Wise.
So-called experts in the country, that's a contradiction. So I think the guys are just a bunch of what we call political and professional tabula rasa and buccaneers.
So this one we know here, right? Tabula rasa. I told you the meaning. They are actual words. You know, it is not like they are no words. So tabula rasa is like an empty slate. You know, it's something that is empty. So the mind in its hypothetical primary blank or empty state before receiving outside impressions. So, you know, like children, the brains of children who are just born, they are tabula rasa. Is something existing is original pristine state. You know, it's in, you know, it's clean and it's not. Nothing good or bad has got there yet, you know, so it's tabula rasa, you know, I will tell you. But whether as it is used correctly, well, we don't know. A buccaneer is an unscrupulous adventurer, especially in politics or business. So, Alvin Wise says they are political and professional tabula rasa. So they are politically and professionally empty, and then they are buccaneers. They are unscrupulous, adventurous people in politics and business. Okay, so let's come to our other one. Let's come to our number 2.
Even the rescue, the small rescue puppets, those apologists, those rescue surrogates, those misquants, those rescue multi-banks and charlatans who.
So multi-bank, it is just multi-bank here, all the words having a use. So the multi-bank that I know, Montebank spelled Montebank, unless there is something else, or unless the word he's using is spelled somehow. But the Montebank is a card game in which players select any 2 or 4 cards turned face up in a layout and bet that one of them will be matched before the other cards. You know, so it's a card game. So, so is he saying these people? He's referencing them as a card game or what? I don't get it. But all the other words are okay, yeah?
Even the rescue, the small rescue puppets. We
know puppet.
Those apologists, those rescue surrogates, those misquants.
So we know apologists, surrogate, we know miscreants, you know? We know all of that. A miscreant is an evil person, a bad person.
These apologists, those rescue surrogates, those misquants, those rescue multi-banks and charlatans who.
We know charlatan. A charlatan is a fake person. We know that. Yeah, so we go.
We're insulting people. Oh, yes, and some of them they are in economic destitution, paralysis, and enigma. Even the rescue, the small rescue puppets, those apologists, those rescue surrogates, those misquants, those rescue multi-banks and charlatans who were insulting people. Oh, yes, and some of them they are in economic destitution, paralysis, and enigma.
So, destitution, paralysis. When you're in a state where you are paralyzed, that's paralysis. The enigma is a situation, a condition where you are extremely confused, hard to understand, hard to explain, mysterious, obscure. That's enigma. So the man is saying even all the rescue people too. I mean, we said, let's go. Once more.
Even the rescue, small rescue puppets, those apologists, those rescue surrogates, those misquants, those rescue.
So it's like this boy can just learn the words. He learns the words, the synonyms, the antonyms, and the man just reels them off. They just come out like water, They just come out like water. It just come. They just flow.
Even the rescue, small rescue puppets, those apologists, those rescue surrogates, those misquants, those rescue monkey-banks and charlatans who were insulting people. Yesterday, some of them they are in economic destitution, paralysis, and enigma.
Okay. I'm sending something to our guy. If you can put it up very quickly. Something happened at the Painesville City Corporation earlier. If you can put that up, I want to read that. We don't have enough time. Economic destitution, enigma. Okay. I don't know, but someone, a big brother or big sister, but someone friend, I don't want to say what they are, but someone is doing some stuff for some children. So all the way there in Marshall, so it is not an expensive school. The school fees range between 15,600 to 26,000 plus. That's the highest for the whole year. So this person is helping. The person is not in Liberia, but they're helping like 5 children in that school. So I've been running after those. I went there yesterday again. I've been going there through our last weekend, and up to yesterday, only few people have registered. I mean, in a school that is not expensive. And the registrar was saying to me, just few people. Perhaps those that have registered have not even reached 10. And the cries are all over. People say things are tough to register. It's not easy. Even for schools that are not the expensive ones. I don't know what your situation is. I know we hear these cries always. But I mean, I felt somehow that it was that pronounced. So serious. I was like, oh, seriously? I don't know. People would say reduce school fees. How that one can happen, I don't know how or what government could do. The only thing, the medium to long-term solution is to build more and equip government, public-run institutions. They become more and they become well-equipped, that people have faith to send their children there. Because government is not able to say, oh, don't charge this other fee, don't charge this other one, don't charge this, don't charge that. We have tried to talk over the years. It hasn't worked. So I don't have faith in that thing. To say, oh, you get hope that a government will tell private schools or faith-based institutions, say, oh, don't charge this. No, I don't see it happening. So it is what it is. Hopefully someday, somehow, one of the ways could be to directly intervene, give some subsidies to school systems and all of that. I also don't see how they are able to do that. they've not demonstrated that they are able to do it. So no hope. From Painesville City Corporation, normal working has fully resumed following a brief halt due to the enforcement of a court order at the Painesville City Corporation by sheriffs from the National Labor Court. The court order is a result of a wrongful dismissal case involving a former employee, Emmanuel Hilter, and the management of the Painesville City Corporation. Mr. Hilter was dismissed on January 21, 2020 for deliberate gross disrespect and insubordination to the office of the then Mayor Pam Belcher Taylor. In respect of the rule of law, sheriffs were allowed to peacefully enforce the court's directive, while the management, through its legal team, swiftly engaged the court to find a solution to the matter. The enforcement efforts led to the temporary shutdown of normal operations at the city corporation, and during this period, employees and management experienced a halt in regular activities, awaiting a resolution. Eventually, the management engaged its legal team to navigate the legal process, successfully negotiating with the court. As a result, the matter was resolved and normal work at the city corporation resumed immediately. Okay, whatever the case is, I think it's important to pay the fellow if the court found out that he was wrongfully dismissed, and do the best you can to pay him. That will be okay. So yesterday we spoke about the response from the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning to the audit report from the General Auditing Commission. We read the response. We also read what the response was in the audit report as per the $2.8 million stuff, and we still believe and will always say audit reports are not guilty verdicts that corruption was committed. Audit reports do not find people guilty. Audit reports highlight concerns, areas of concerns that could be further probed depending on the gravity of what is seen. In the audit report, the auditors will always query the institution being audited. We saw this, we saw this, we saw that, we saw these, we saw those. The institution is permitted to respond, and the GSC will usually come with a counter response. And before the report is released, there is what they call the exit conference. The entity and the General Auditing Commission will sit down and all that stuff. So the problem is the way, the politics works in our country. People have always, once an audit report comes out, it's reported, they corrupted, stole the country money. That is what happened yesteryears. So it has become a refrain. As soon as an audit report comes up, any concern that is raised there, boom, corruption. The politicians will run with it like that. We, the media people, will say, no, hold on. This report is not saying somebody carried out corruption. It is highlighting concern. So nowhere in the audit report it says finance minister government stole money or ate money. No, it doesn't say that. Because first of all, there was Boyman Kamara, there was acting minister, then Kafwan King. Besides, the other report did not mention anybody stealing money. The other report says so 2.8 was spent beyond what it should not have been spent for. That is what we see. What is the evidence? What made you to do it? Those are the questions that could be further proved by the LACC of the Justice Ministry if they deem it necessary. Those things happen in governance. Sometimes the president goes on and says, public works, fix the road before I come by here again, this road should be fixed. Now, it was not in the budget for the year that public was supposed to fix that road. It wasn't there. But because it's a presidential mandate, it becomes something like an off budget. So it's off the budget of public works. So finance ministry has to provide the money because they say anything the president says is what? Policy. So the finance ministry has to find that money, give it to public works to do whatsoever. I am not saying that's what happened in this case. No. I'm saying an example. But the institutions are there. RIA, public works, and other two areas that overspent. The problem is the documentation. And yesterday we told you how weak and terrible the response from the Ministry of Finance was. They counter response again. The response in the other report that talked about the law and all of that was okay, but to come back and be talking about more than 1 year and you're still talking about archiving issues we inherited a messy archiving system. This other report was not conducted in 2024. It was conducted on 2024 fiscal year, but it was not conducted in. It was conducted in 2025 for over a period of 4 months. And you're crying for archiving issues. All of those who are supposed to find those documents that couldn't find them deserve some penalty. A poorly written release. We spoke about that. And perhaps that response was not even necessary. It wasn't the audit report was okay. It only needed to be highlighted. And as the GSC said, they will follow up to ensure that those documentations, they get them from you. So that was the issue. And I also stated how meticulous I know the finance minister to be, to have allowed that thing to follow. And I understand from sources that he was aware of the release of that release that is on their website, on their page. Very poor release. Yeah? How do you do that to yourself? All the reports do not find people guilty. But you're going back to 2023 to compare yourself with 2023 and say they did worse things. So when you present a political posture now, then the other politicians on the other side say, oh no, you stole the money too. No, that's not what the report is saying. But you bring it on yourself too in your defense of the politics. No, it is a professional institution that deal with the issues professionally. Let the politicians play that other role. Yeah? Okay. So as at now, even in the GSC report, it said may. You know, the GSC is it's a professional, technical institution. They say this may lead to fraud or misapplication. May. Because they're not finding anybody guilty there. Is further proof required? Yep. May means someone could steal it, someone could not steal it. Someone could misapply it, someone could not misapply it. Someone could misappropriate, someone may not misappropriate. So it's a 50-50 chance. Every time we have to keep hammering this kind of message. No, I know the politicians, opposition for example, they're not listening to that thing. They're not listening. They'll be running, oh, the government, 2.8 million, the government stole the money. The way I'm talking about the verse, why am I saying that, the GSC is not saying money was stolen? No. The verse. But that's the reality. That's the same way yesterday I also said it too. When other reports came, I said, no, they are not guilty verdicts. It is, we remain consistent. It is you that are inconsistent. So the people yesterday who used to run with the other reports, government corrupt, the government stole this money. You know, the reason I'm always hammering this, because people lie on people in this country. Some of us are victims of these lies. Every small thing, this other person corrupt, the makers, other people can steal, man. You know, and sometimes it becomes a refrain. People say it over and over. People start to believe it. It starts to go into big reports. Some other countries sanction people or view them as corrupt because of these public sentiments that remain unresolved. Yeah. We saw a classic case with South Africa. U.S. President Donald Trump. You saw it. display videos that say the South African government is encouraging a purge against white people and all that stuff, when that was not the case. But imagine how it made its way up there. That's why we'll always take our time. But it is also important for these institutions, when you feel that you heard, say, man, the man is corrupt, the man stole money, and we didn't see the money, then you will respond in a kind of angry way. No, then you spoil it. Take it easy. Take it easy. Yeah? Those are the, when Gafan was in opposition, the 6 years of CDC, I didn't hear him saying, CDC government corrupt, or the other report they are corrupt. That different people did it. But he's feeling the weight of what different people did. Because everything was corruption. So he can't do now. If finance minister, he got to answer to it. The people say, you are corrupt. He didn't do it. Other people did it, but he's feeling the brunt of what. And trust me, every other report on institutions will have some kind of issue, because there will always be some mistakes, some problems, some errors. In a whole year time, or in the execution of a project, there may be some issues. And the auditor's eyes are sharp to see those issues. That is what they learn. That's why they are being paid. They will see it. It may not necessarily mean that someone stole money, but once the issues are reported, or the report is read, and those questions are asked and blah, 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 boom, the politicians will make use of it, because they feel we suffered it 2 yesterday, so other people should. And we'll always be able to say, no, hold on. And that's where also it's important for entities like the LACC and the Justice Ministry to move in. It's easy to, sometimes I wonder why we take that long time. Some of the things, this whole thing about 2.8 million is not a sophisticated thing. It's not a difficult thing. The GSE knows by what time that 2.8 million was used. They know it's in the details. The audit report has all of the details and all that stuff. They know by what time this money was used. They will know who was finance minister. It's easy for LSC to say, what did you approve this money for? Why did you approve it? How can no documentation, blah, blah, blah. Those things should be easy to resolve. They're not technical, high-level stuff. But sometimes they will not move in. They will not investigate. To investigate doesn't mean that someone did wrong. It is an important thing to do, to clear off and find out and say, no wrong happened. This was it. Someone didn't actually do what they were supposed to do. No, so for an example now, let's say we will not buy a microphone for OKFM, and the law says you got to go out and bring invoice. Invoice to buy a microphone. Then you bring an invoice, maybe 2 or 3. Then the entity will look at it and see which one the price is better. They take the money, go buy, they come with a receipt. But maybe it is an emergency. The OK conversation coming up 3 o'clock. No mic, the lead microphone spoil. So someone got to rush. No invoice, but just rush somewhere. Maybe the person come, the person forget to bring a receipt of the microphone that they bought. Boom, they put it on. Because we want to do the show. Then at the end of the year, now maybe because because everybody rushing now and the microphone came. So, all of us, we just disregard and no one thinking about receipt being there and all that stuff. Because the microphone here now, we happy the show ongoing. The year comes to an end and auditors can audit. $75 was given, or $100 was given to buy a microphone. Where's the invoice? Where's the receipt that microphone was actually bought? Say, I bought the microphone that day. I bought it at a microphone here. Where is the receipt to prove that you bought microphone? Now, does it mean that the person stole the money, that $75 or the $100 that they say was used to buy a microphone? No. They didn't steal, but no receipt to prove. That's how some of these things can happen. Anyways, I hope you have an understanding. So quickly, now, but it could also mean that someone stole to a hand. I'm just saying a 50-50. It could also mean that someone says we use the money to buy a microphone and actually they did not buy a microphone. Or maybe they took the 100 they went, they actually paid 50 for the microphone. And so they didn't come with receipt to prove that 50, but they said 100. Or maybe no microphone was bought at all. So that's why investigations are okay. Good. On the issue of the president set up the committee to look at this whole prices thing headed by the vice president. I spoke with a very high level source, thankfully early this morning. And, some of those people on the committee from the government and their business people, or they did business before they have connections. So, for example, things like flour. Let's talk about the flour. They did, according to my source, they did some comparative analysis. They sent for invoices from different countries and blah, blah, blah. And they realized that give and take with everything, the price of flour was being sold for in Liberia was too high. Besides, there's even a company producing flour. And the government gave them some benefits and all those kinds of things. Give and take with all of their expenditure and blah, blah, blah. The price was high. So, first of all, what you need to know that all of these prices are wholesale prices. So the person who called this morning on Clarence Show and said, the wholesale price is 14. I think the person was right. Yep. Because my source told me those are wholesale prices. So these people and the government held discussions. So the government did not impose the prices to say, you the wholesaler, you got to sell it this. It's like, the way we look at this thing, it can go like this. And the importer or the key distributor says, it can be this. And I said, no, this, no, that. And so there were compromises reached. So those things they agreed upon were what the committee submitted to the president for the president to declare. That's my understanding. So rice, for an example, globally, the price was dropping. In fact, the lead importers were almost selling at that price, or a little over 14, but they were doing something else where if you bought a certain amount of bags of rice, they will give you certain quantity free. For example, you bought 1,000 bags of rice, they will give you certain quantity free. You bought 2,000, 3,000, they will give you certain quantity free. If you did your calculation, all of the rice will amount to around $14 or a little over $14. With all of the tariff removal and the other issues about the government even wants it to go below, the 14 cents of the wholesale price. They are still reviewing as the processes go on. I have been hearing about, but I will find out. It is still alleged. So let me just leave it about one country giving some rice to Liberia. I will find out if that is true. But as per the prices, eggs, for an example, the person who is importing eggs, when the committee knows where the person importing eggs from. So when they did their research from that country, they realized that the price a carton was sold for, give and take, back and forth. Carton can be more than 50 in Liberia. Your transportation costs and everything else should not make it more than 50 for a carton. So that's how they brought it down as well. An agreement with the person could further go down. But of course, the local manufacturers of eggs have an issue. I saw some of them writing that they spend a lot to, grow the chickens, the feed, the food the chicken can eat, they call it feed. And all that stuff, the cost of producing the eggs in Liberia is high, and they think it could make them to lose. So that's another hurdle to navigate. So those are some of the things. Let's take some of your calls. 777-700-995, 555-995-995. The two key things to realize there is the prices were not imposed. And the next thing also is their wholesale prices. So if the wholesale price for a bag of rice is 14, the person who is going to do it to do the retail has to make some profit. So perhaps you don't expect to buy 2,800. Now, if some people are able to sell 2,800, it will be dependent also on perhaps the free bags of rice that some of the companies will give to the people after they buy a certain quantity, which is a possibility. So it could range anywhere between $2,800 to $3,000, give and take. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Good evening.
Yes, go ahead.
My name is call you from Soviet.
Go ahead.
I called earlier yesterday when you got the red issue, and I told you the whole store was the first I think it's two. The one who bought the store one was the whole store first.
No,
but I wanted to give you
retail there.
Listen, because I wanted to give you a bit of information.
Mm-hmm.
There is a profit market policy or certain goods comment to make if you shouldn't. Yeah, I want you to make your research for comment. When I was selling rice 2003, when I made more than 50% profit off everywhere, I was trying to 50 kg. Yes, everything, even the egg, that profit market decision. $1 is only all carton of egg. I think something like that. But ask people, you will tell you that, you tell you more of that. So you don't just bring goods in the market or the economy, and just sell it and just make any profit at any time. Because we should know all those goods is feasible.
Okay.
Make a research.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Julius. Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Momotelo. I come from Painesville. I only want to speak on the issue of the audit report concerning the Minister of Finance. You know, Julius. I mean, I really admire your analysis. Like, you following simple things like setting example. Somebody going buy a microphone. There was an urgency. They went about them up but forget the receipt. So you said that 50-50 probably the person might have bought the microphone and they have not have getting the microphone, or maybe they're buying lesser than the amount man giving. So Julius, you know, I just want to compliment you for the level of education, Julius. Tomorrow every day we monitor you because you are very educational. Provide education to us. That's why sometimes our analysis we differ politically, but we some of us we still look up to each other, Julius. Thank you, and may God continue to bless you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, thanks so kindly as well. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Julius.
Yes, go ahead.
And let me say good afternoon to the Labrador people. My name is Moses Andrews, and I'm the president for the District 13 Youth Association. Julius, I further want to appreciate the president for reducing the prices in rice and flour. This morning, I want to admit that I bought half the red in Georgia Johnson for $2,750. So that means the price of rice is dropping on gradually. So we want to appreciate the president for taking this decision. Thank you for the show.
Okay, thanks so kindly as well. The breaking news is that the government of Liberia has announced a sharp increase in the cost of alien work permits for foreign workers, raising the annual fee from $1,000 to $3,000. This measure, which took immediate effect Thursday, was unveiled by Labour Minister Cooper Craig. Next week, we will look at that to see. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Julius, good evening, Julius.
Yes, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Julius, this is the voice of Sabu Rasta. Julius Jeff, I'm joining the all-important conversation from Point 4 in Zimbabwe.
What is your name?
Sabu Rasta, S-A-B-U, Julius, R-A-S-T-A.
That name Sabu?
Yeah, S-A-B-U, Sabu, R-A-S-T-A.
Is it the name your man pa gave you, Sabu?
Exactly, Julius Jeff, exactly.
Is it that you have natural Sabu hair, clean hair?
No, Julius, my hair not clean, my hair not clean.
But how you call you Sabu now? Go ahead.
But Julius, let me say thank you for your topic and thank you for your brilliant elaboration. Look, Julius, have you ever encountered this word that they call GLUTTNOUS, gluttonous?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Look, Julius, those who say that all things, they think that, Julius, they are all gluttonous people. Look, Julius, in February of 2018, President William met with West importer. And Julius, the government of the Poor Liberia at the time, and the West importer, they agreed to reduce the price of 25 kg rice, Julius, from what? From $16 to $14. So what is the difference? What they change, the government told us that Julius is safe for agriculture. We want to know who the people of the food. Is this government empowering local farmers, Julius?
Well, that would be for another day. We'll come with more analysis. We'll bring in people to see how do we move beyond every time the rise we importing price and empowering our agriculture. That is for another day. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, Julius. Go back to the issue of the GSC report.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Look, Julius, Article 89 of the 1986 Constitution, Julius, it gave authority to the legislature to establish 3 government agencies. Julius, there's the National Elections Commission, the Civil Service Agency, and the GAC, which is the General Auditing Commission. Look, Julius, the General Auditing Commission, GAC, under the astute leadership of Auditor General P. Kasua Jackson. Julius, he has released report of 102 other reports conducted by the Commission from various agencies. So, Julius, we voted this government based on accountability and transparency. Why up to present, Julius, this report has not taken effect? Why?
Okay.
102 other reports, Julius.
I thought I mentioned it here the other day. What I'm getting is, it is the legislature. There are a whole lot of recommendations the House of Representatives has approved. The Senate, especially the one concerning the CBL, they're supposed to forward those recommendations to the president, but
Julius. So, Julius, my question to you now, say now, is this government rescuing domestic animals or they are rescuing the Liberian people? Thank you.
Oh. So someone who is involved in the rice business, exactly the same thing I was saying. Hello, Julius, if you buy 1,000 bags, you will receive 200 bags. Then divide 1,200 by, or divide $16,750 by 1,200, it will give you $13.95 per bag. So you see, that's how people are able to even sell the rice for less. Because if you bought 1,000 bags of rice and they give you 200 bags free, it's like you paying, what he's saying is you're paying $13.95, even less than the $14. We still have a minute. Let's take one more call. Oh, you went off on that end. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yes, I'm Togas calling from Central Monrovia.
Go ahead.
Yeah, on the thing that the court just said that President we have met with rest importer. They met with the rest importer, but they did not bring the rest president. In fact, after the meeting with the rest importer,
no, Chief, hold on. Rice for I think 4 to 5 years, the rice price remain at a certain rate. When they put on that to carry up, and then the government was still saying no. That's how rice really became high. I can remember people were jumping out.
After the meeting with the rest importer, before the rest price begin to go up.
Hello, Chief. Wait now. Let's take it easy.
Yeah, okay, let's take it easy.
This person talked about the 2018 meeting, not the 2021, 2022 meeting. The 2018 meeting, the results, the rice price was down for a very long period, like 4 to 5 years. Before now, when that other meeting happened, I think it was around 2021 or 2022. Yeah.
Yeah, but are they telling you that it is the meeting that they're referring to?
But the man said 2018.
Met with the rest importer. In fact, it was the thing that they actually announced the first for chicken feed and mosquito cough. And all those things press escalated after the announcement.
Okay, thanks so kindly. That's how we will go. We know for a fact that for the government was subsidizing rice for a very long, for a good number of years. I may be able to come with the exact number of years on Monday, but they subsidized rice for a very long time. Then the government could not continue the subsidy, but they still did not want the price to go up. Let me squeeze in this person. Perhaps he has some information about that. Idris Belete, welcome.
Yeah, good day, Julius J. Thank you for the recognition. Julius, you see the hypocrisy in governance is pushing us. There was a time this told us that the price has increased on the global
Idris, I don't know what's happening, but your line is terrible.
You're not getting me?
Okay, better.
Okay, I mean, there was a time this government told us that the price has increased on the government. So the same reasons we took the price from 13.50 cents to 16.50 cents. Because we had imposed a tariff, an increment, they respected their increment.
It is still terrible. Next week, I'm sure this will still continue. Sorry, Idris. Let's take Forest Hour now. We'll be back at 5 with the University of Liberia people on issues that are happening there. But again, thanks so kindly for being there. We are out. We will be back. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5.